Hello and welcome to Module 6 Digital Mini Project Podcast Review. So for this project, I picked actually three different channels for podcast. The first one I picked, the Cult of Pedagogy. And for that, I chose 5 episodes for that podcast or for that channel. And I also looked at Teachers Off Duty. I chose 1 episode to listen for that podcast and then 10-minute teacher podcast. So out of these three, I would say the Cult of Pedagogy is my favorite. She touches up on a lot of different issues surrounding the education system. She updates her podcast every week. Some of them are 5-minute long podcasts. Sometimes they're just education tips. They can be classroom management tips. Some of them are what apps you can use, the new apps that are available to use, and sometimes they are teaching strategies. And the podcasts that are longer, they mostly talk about the different issues, such as one of the things that I listened to was her episode 198, the issues about the critical race theory. So she gives information about where to find different sources for history, especially around this era where a lot of states are moving away from critical race theory. So she has a lot of really good sources for that. And then I listened to one episode of Teachers Off Duty podcast. They're really very entertaining. They are called Board Teachers. They are the creators of this podcast. Board Teachers, they have their own website. I actually run into their website a couple of years ago when I was looking for teaching strategies and activities and worksheets. So they have their own websites that give teachers tips on how to teach a specific topic or lesson. And then the last one that I chose is the 10-minute teacher podcast. They're not literally 10 minutes. They're around 15 to 20 minutes, but they're shorter. So one of the episode that I picked was called TikTok for Teachers. It was really interesting because I kind of connected that to one of the readings that we have this week where we talk about social media, pros and cons in social media, and then, how we can use social media in the classroom. So those are my top picks for podcasts for teachers this week. I hope I've added into your bank of knowledge.